Hello everybody and welcome to SnackTube. It's a muggy Sunday morning today, so I figured I would have myself a traditional sort of Scottish lunch. For me, this is one of my favourite things. I ate this a lot growing up. My mum used to always make one of these for me on a weekend until I was old enough to do it myself, and then I was very much told, if you want a sausage sandwich, do it your bloody self. So that's what I've done today. So today, as you may have guessed, we're going to be looking at Belcher's square sausage. So it's 10 in a pack. Pretty sure they used to do bigger bags than these, or maybe the sausages have just gotten thinner. I don't know, but that's what we've got today. So we got this. I got this out of Farm Foods, and yeah, these are the ones that I would always buy. My mum would always buy these growing up because you get them out of Farm Foods and they're fairly cheap. They're maybe not the best quality of square sausage, but hey, I like them. So yeah, as you can see there from the side, that's what your sausages look like when they're not cooked yet. So frozen and formed into square shapes. And yeah, this is a bit of a traditional kind of Scottish thing, square sausage, if you don't know much about it, eaten all over this country. Very much superior to all other sausages in so many ways. I mean, mostly because it's square, so it fits right into a Morton roll. Now, sadly, I don't have any Morton rolls today, I just have bread, but even at that, you know, the square shape fits nicely into bread. You're not having to cut up link sausages and flatten them out so that you can fit them into your bread. No. Square sausage is perfectly designed for the discerning Scotsman to have themselves a sausage sandwich. Now, a lot of the time, I would have this not on its own. I would have the square sausage in this sandwich, but I would also have maybe an egg, so sausage and egg, or maybe bacon, sausage and bacon. If I'm feeling particularly adventurous, maybe I'd have a black pudding. Sausage and black pudding. Very nice. Sometimes I'll have a tatty scone as well. So all the varieties are there. But for today, we're keeping it simple and we're just having square sausage on its own. We're also obviously trying to watch the old New Delhi and we want to make sure that we're not eating too much. So it's sitting in front of me here. I will reveal that to you in a second. Now, my personal choice when it comes to making a square sausage sandwich is to have one slice of the bread covered in butter or margarine. I prefer margarine. And then one slice of the bread would be coated in tomato ketchup, or red sauce as we call it here. And that's pretty much it. Cut along the centre so it forms rectangular shapes. And that is the ideal way for me to eat a square sausage. Now, some of you may enjoy no sauce at all, or maybe brown sauce, or you might go crazy and have something else. Some people put cheese on it. Maybe not any Scottish people, but maybe some Americans who are used to having cheese on their breakfast sandwiches. But for me, nothing like that. Just standard red sauce. That's the way I like it. So here's your sausage sandwich. Looks delicious. All kinds of shades of brown there. Now, in the interest of reviewing the square sausage on its own and getting a real rounded opinion of it, I've got a little slice here which didn't fit into the sandwich, so I'm going to eat that on its own first to give you an idea of what it tastes like just on its own. And then we'll eat one of our sandwich slices so I can give you the idea of what it tastes like when I eat it the best way, I think, to eat it. So, I should mention as well that there's different ways you can cook this. Obviously, you could do it in the oven if you wanted to. It might take a bit of time, but that's one way of doing it. You can pan fry it, which is the most common method of cooking square sausage, although doing it that way is a bit more bad for you because it's already fatty enough as it is. So me personally, I prefer to grill it because that way a lot of the fat oozes out. Doesn't make it sound very appealing, but a lot of the fat comes out of it and it makes it a little bit cleaner, less greasy, and I think that's the best way to go about it. Now, In the square sausage, you've got all kinds of mad ingredients, and I'm not going to list them off just now because it might put you off. But ultimately, here's the main thing that you need to know about square sausage. Now, it has pork in it, obviously. This particular brand of square sausage is 26.8% pork. Now, doesn't that just tell you everything you need to know? It's not even half pork. It's barely even a quarter pork. The rest is flour and fat and rind and stuff. Doesn't bear thinking about. I don't think we should delve too deep into that because it might put us off for lunch. But for now, yeah, you also want to know the nutritional value, and given that it's only 26.8% pork, this isn't going to surprise you. But per 100 grams, there's 306 calories. So this is 720 grams for the bag. There's about 10 slices in there. So per slice, you're talking about 230 calories per slice. I've got 2 in here, and with the combination of the bread, the spread, the sauce, all in, that's coming into almost 700 calories for this small sandwich. No small amount, but it's worth it because it is going to be delicious. Now, I think we've blathered on enough, so let's move on to the taste test. So we're going to start off with our little piece here. So this is the Belcher's of Ayrshire original square sausage. Okay, so just on its own, this square sausage, I love it personally. It's probably my favourite way of having square sausage, and a lot of people will probably yell at me for that, but it's probably my favourite square sausage. Maybe it's got more to do with just the fact that I ate it a lot growing up and I'm used to it. Same way that you sort of everybody loves their mum's spaghetti or their mum's mom's spaghetti or their mum's lasagna. I use those two examples because those are my two favourite examples. But yeah, I do like this. Although if I'm being completely critical, it's a bit dry. Doesn't really retain the moisture as well as you would think. It does shrink quite a lot when you cook it, so I imagine a lot of the fat and the water and everything kind of leaks out or evaporates. So it is a bit dry. The flavours are nice. It does have the correct flavours in there. Square sausage, I did make it in a video once on my Matty McCatty channel. It was nice, but it didn't quite taste right. So, but yeah, it's got black pepper, nutmeg, mace, pimento, ginger, capsicum, coriander, and sage. So it gives it that sort of unique flavour. There's a unique spice blend in there, and it is really, really nice. I really like it. It tastes a lot like a good square sausage you might get from a butcher's or something like that. The only difference really is in the shape and the texture. Texture-wise, it's a bit more, I wouldn't say mushy, but it's a little bit more mushy than maybe a good square sausage would be quite solid. Although the outsides are crispy, which you don't get quite as good a crisp on better quality square sausage. The patties are really thin, so you don't get a lot of the mush because they're just thin enough that the mush inside is just nice. You know, the way sausages are nice. You get a nice crispy edge, you get all the flavours, and quite frankly, I think it's delicious. A lot of people may disagree, and I mean, I wouldn't go to a restaurant and expect to be served this. I would be expected to be served something of better quality, but it's still good. I still really enjoy it. But let's move on and have a wee bite of our sandwich as it comes. That is so good. A lot of chewing to get to the end of that. But yeah, Really, really nice. I really enjoy this. I've never had to think about it before, but that's just the perfect sandwich for me. I absolutely love it. It's just a bit of tomato sauce and a bit of margarine and then some square sausage. Beautiful. Adding the sauce and adding the margarine to it helps with the dryness, so you don't get the dry mouth when you're eating it, and it adds that little bit of extra pep that you really want from a good sandwich. So yeah, it's delicious. I really like it. Quite frankly, I'm going to keep buying this. I always buy it anyway because I really, really like it. And I don't live too far away from a farm food, so I can get it whenever I want. I always have spare in the freezer, so I never run out. I shouldn't eat with my mouth. Talk with my mouth full, I should say. It'd be a bit weird if I didn't eat with my mouth full. I suppose it wouldn't be a full mouth if I took tiny little nibbles. Should be weird. But anyway, that's it. I think if you want square sausage, if you're coming to Scotland for the first time, then maybe you probably wouldn't get this anyway, just because you're not going to go to farm foods on your first trip to Scotland. Only, you would go to a cafe or something like that, and they were going to serve you a much better slice of square sausage. Something that, if you're eating it for the first time, you'd probably enjoy that more, just because it's better quality. But for me, this is perfect, just because I like cheap food, and I grew up on this stuff, so I really like it. So that's it for my review. Oh, and it's really, really cheap. It's like £1 a bag, so it's cheap as hell. But that's it for my review of, what was it called? Belcher's of Ayrshire original square sausage. Belcher's, they do make a good range of different foods, pork and beef stuff. They do beef olives and stuff like that, which I did do a video on in my Miami Catty channel, which you can probably see at some point. And yeah, if you want to see my recipe for square sausage, excuse me, it's going again. That's the thing about it, it gives you a bit of gas. But if you want to see my recipe for square sausage, if you want to make it yourself, you can head on over to the Matty McCatty channel. There's a video on there. I'll probably put a link in here somewhere. But feel free to check that out. And feel free to check out all the other videos on my channel as well. I'm starting to really get the ball rolling with this, and making quite a few different videos now. I'm planning on uploading at least every Wednesday and Sunday, and then maybe another video here and there. Or we might adjust the timetable just depending on how it goes, but we'll see. For now, that's the plan anyway. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime one of my videos come out. You can follow me on Instagram as well, so you'll get notifications on there. I'll post a picture anytime I upload something. And ultimately, yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you eat some good food today, because I am. And yeah, that'll do it. Thanks very much for watching. You all have yourselves a fantastic day. I will catch you in the next video. Cheers.